What if I told you that Kazuya had a version of the Rising Upper with the same properties as his EX version, but it cost no meter at all, and did more damage? It's performed by hitting strong or fierce at the exact same time as the diagonal input in misstep. Tekken players know it as Electric Wind God Fist, or Electric for short. The Electric takes many properties from the EX Upper while dishing out more damage at the cost of no meter. To help identify which is which, the Electric makes a different sound, and the electricity surrounding Kazuya will be purple instead of blue. The EX and Electric start up and recover 2 frames sooner than their normal counterpart. It doesn't seem like much, but that could mean the difference between safety and punishment. When they connect, the opponent is sent into a juggle state. The EX and Electric have less horizontal travel, making juggles easier. On block, the opposite happens. Rising Upper leaves you directly in front of your opponent, whereas EX and Electric create quite a bit of pushback. Not a lot can punish -1 on block, but it'll happen. The Electric's crouch animation begins right as the flash begins, making it +1. Electric Wind God Fist is as good as an anti-air as any. If you don't execute it right, you'll probably still get the Rising Upper anyway. It seems to max out at 3 juggles. Hit confirming from a link will take some practice, but it's doable. 2 strongs or a crouch strong, crouch fierce will work. You can still evade projectiles with an Electric, though the timing is very strict because the misstep barely has time to animate. Your alternative is to wave dash into the Electric, but this is even more difficult, so good luck with that. You'll get most of the mileage out of trying to punish people who like to throw out excessive standing pokes. The lower body will crush standing and jumping attacks, but keep in mind that it will not break through crouching lows. To the untrained eye, the Electric is performed in the manner of any other Rising Uppercut, but in true Tekken style, it's not that simple. Called Adjust Frame, you must hit the last direction and the attack simultaneously. Easier said than done. First, you should practice the misstep proper. Forward, neutral, down, down forward. It's easier on the player 2 side because of the independent movement of your thumb and fingers. Flick with the thumb, then strike your fingers down. Immediately clench your hand. This will cause the stick to slide into the down forward position. This creates a smooth, buttery movement. Normally, a Street Fighter-esque move would be performed by hitting the attack button after finishing the directional input, which in this case just gives you a Rising Uppercut. What makes Adjust Frame difficult is moving your left and right hand in tandem, ending both halves of the equation on the same frame. This is something Street Fighter players may not be familiar with. Take the plus sign in this input literally. There is no easy way out, you just have to grind out your execution. As for the player 1 side, it's much more difficult. Returning to neutral is harder when you have the entire weight of your hand on the stick and no articulation from the fingers. I suggest striking where the fingers and palm join together, then shifting your wrist left while striking down. Clench your hand and make your way to down forward as soon as possible. The result is what we'll call the death grip. This is much more wrist-oriented of a movement and is harder on your hand overall. If you can only execute this on one side of the screen though, you're operating at 50%, so practice up. Kazuya's crouching normals are too good not to cancel into, so here's the scoop. Crouch in an offensive position. Forward, neutral, down, down forward. Notice a pattern? It's a square in the lower right or left quadrant. Yay! Now you have to hit the forward input, otherwise the Electric will not come out. It is not like a wave dash. If you're like me, you'll probably screw this up since it feels completely different than the standing version. My solution is to perform the standing Electric after I input the crouching attack. Down, neutral, forward, neutral, down, down forward. The position of the hand is more ideal to execute the electric fluidly. It seems counterintuitive since there's more input in a short amount of time, but hey, whatever works for me. To iron out the motion and increase your chances of nailing the just frame, you can hold forward. Holding forward will check one of the inputs off the list, allowing you to focus on hitting neutral, down, down forward plus punch in a swift manner. You can hold forward while canceling a normal attack to streamline the process further. This can improve your timing, as your hands will move in tandem easier. While mashing down forward might be a good idea for a wave dash to come out, it's a very bad idea for an electric. You need the forward input because without it, there will be no electric. On the other hand, you do not need the down input for an electric since it is not technically part of the misstep. You could do it without the misstep entirely. So forward, neutral, down forward, plus a punch. This makes player one side electrics much easier. But the misstep isn't that bad. It's timing the attack input that seems to kill most people. Hitting the attack too late will give you a regular rising upper. Hitting it too early will give you a crouching normal. You can also get a misstep without any attack at all. To rectify this, try to sandwich the punch input between the down and down forward. I improved my execution of the electric tenfold with this. It makes a trill sound when done correctly. In my mind it was some crazy plink, and who knows, maybe it is. It might be a placebo effect, but zoning in on hitting punch right after the down input helped me a bunch. Speaking of plinking, it still applies. Plinking is drumming from a stronger to a weaker attack quickly, resulting in the attack inputting on 2 consecutive frames. The EX won't come out if you're within a couple frames due to the input leniency of the game. Only use this method if you're confident in your timing. Holding the attack buttons down will result in an EX, so be careful. Well, that's gonna do it. Stay tuned for more tutorials on other cool shit. This is Lord of Ultima, signing out.